actually were on a Rap Should Be Fun project.
Yeah.
Which is a very coveted spot. I didn't know that when I started. Apparently,
Like being on Rap Should Be Fun.
Being on Rap Should Be Fun. Yeah, I get death threats from the group chat now. But so you were put on the what was it called? Klondike remix. How'd you feel about that song? About being on the remix?
Man, first of all, when you text me, I was like, "Yo, me?" I was like, "You want me on the remix?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Wow, okay." Like that, it was like an honor. I was like, "Man, all right, cool." And then when I had already heard the original song was fire,
right?
But then like when you told me who was gonna be on the remix, I was
right.
like, "Oh man." I was like, "There's some people on here," and then. You was like, this is who you're going after. And I was like, oh man, I can't come in weak or whatever. So man, like I remember I recorded one verse and then I let my wife listen to it and she was like, nah,
no.
She was like, that's not it. I was oh man. So I went back and rewrote it and then I re-recorded it and she was like Will Smith and Bad Boys. That's how you drive. She was like, that's how you come in on a cypher type beat. It's like, hilarious. That's how you do it. And so yeah, I felt great. I was like, man, it was exciting because I think you are like the first person. I mean, outside of like Truth or whatever. The Truth was my homie. Mm-hmm. And we grew up on the same block. We literally grew up together.
Really? I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Small world, right? I went to school with his brother. But outside of him, you were like the first person that reached out to me for a feature.
Really?
Yeah, and that made me feel good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody noticed. Not saying that I need the validation, but like, you know, somebody noticed the talent that I have, and you know what I'm able to do on a track, and I was like, let's go.
Yeah, so, man,
I was excited.
It's been so interesting because. Like I said, I've only been rapping since 2016. I wasn't good at rapping until like maybe 2020 is where I'd be like, I am solidified. I think I should be. Because right before 2020, 2020 was the tail end of me saying, yo, I'm gonna do this music thing, spending money wise, spend a lot of time in it for like 2 more years. Or like it was like 1 more year. And if it doesn't kind of pan out, then I might stop doing it. And then right around the end of that is when I won some contests and got on KJ's radar and everything. And I was like, I guess I'm meant to do this. But it hasn't been that long. And I still don't feel like I'm this super great thing, which I mean, part of that's because I try to not let pride take me over. But the way kind of some of my peers and just others kind of speak about me, or like the idea of being honored that I asked you to be on my project, where I'm like, we're the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've probably been rapping longer than me. There's nothing that is different between me and anybody else in the group other than the fact that I've been blessed to get some, like, honestly, it's luck in certain spots. Like, I was in the right place at the right time. I do believe that God is like kind of, I'm obviously walking where he wants me to go, but it's like, it could have been anybody in the group to, like, I feel bad at times. I know I'll get picked on, but it's like, I was telling my girl the other day that, you know, I have like 25,000 monthly listeners. And I had talked about how, oh yeah, when DistroKid money comes in, it's like anywhere between like 100 and 200. And I kind of said that passively in the group, like, oh yeah, that like a couple $100 a month, it really helps. And everybody's like, Mitch, nobody gets a couple hundred. Like, and I was like,
you know
man, I'm not even trying to, it was just something I didn't even think about. So yeah, all that's to say that
it's hard to scratch that, you know what I'm saying? And what's crazy is you don't really do any like ads or nothing like that. So you literally built what you have on Spotify from the mud, like from the ground up. 25 consistent monthly listeners,
right?
25,000 consistently, bro. That's something to be proud of. You know what I'm saying?
I try to not let myself get forget that. That's why I had tweeted recently I was like, oh, I have 25,000 listeners. I wish I had 100K. And then I'm like, 15-year-old me or 10-year-old me would be like, we're a rapper? Like, what do you mean 25,000? Like, we rap? So it's like, it's part of why I do my reactions. It's part of why I do this show, is because I want every artist to get that some type of opportunity to be heard more, because it's like, I think I'm good at what I do, but I don't think I'm more talented than really anybody. I feel like it's just a mixture of hard work, God, and then just kind of some lucky breaks, honestly, and some people that were willing to help me out. So I want like everybody in the group, and even more unknown artists, to be like, yo, I'm getting a platform to kind of help boost me as well, because it's like there's no real difference between us, if that makes sense. So
right. Yeah, I hear you.
Or maybe I'm just great. Who knows? No, I was playing. I take it all back.
Take it all back. Pride Mitch has entered the chat. No.
It doesn't. Pride doesn't feel good to me. It's not even. Let me see. Do I have anything else for you?
Not gonna lie. So when I was younger, I would say, like, you know how we all go through this identity crisis type thing when we're younger.
That's good.
Yeah, kind of. Like you don't want to be like
indie friends.
Oh, okay.
So
do wonders like AI anomalies.
I know that, right? Saga, who was on
rap on the same beats. You're definitely more lyrical. So like you're not.
I actually knew a guy in Miami that he was going to the same show.
And I tweeted like last week that someday I'm gonna have a song with him. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen.